Good morning, guys. We are on the road this morning early.
Yeah, we had an early start this morning. We've been hanging out down in San Antonio, and the plan all along has been to pop up to Austin, Texas for a few days to do some things we wanted to do. I keep a pretty good eye on the weather, especially on travel days, but I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning to a winter storm warning for San Antonio, Texas. So more freezing rain and snow and stuff's coming to Texas, and we're headed north. So we rushed around and got out of the campground about 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Yeah.
And we're heading up to Austin. We can't check in till 1 o'clock, and we're going to be there about 10:30. So we need to kill some time.
We're going to call them and just see if they'll let us in. We saw a lot of people leaving our campground pretty early.
Yeah,
I suspect someone may be doing the same in Austin. So we're at least going to call and ask. But we have some backup plans. We have 2 or 3 backup plans of places to stop and kill some time just to put us in line to check, to be closer.
But in the meantime, 2 miles ahead, there's a Buc-ee's. And what does Buc-ee's have in Texas that they haven't had at the other ones we've stopped at?
I have been searching for a kolache. So supposedly, the kolache originated by Czech immigrants. I had that wrong. I was thinking it was German immigrants, but Czech immigrants settled, well, of course they settled throughout the US, but they settled in Texas, and they brought this little gem called a kolache. It's a pastry. The origins are sweet, like little fruit-filled pastries. I think they have evolved into a savory option where they put meat, cheese, they have breakfast options. So I think most Texans that I've met so far, I've asked them, and the only kolaches that they're familiar with are the savory ones. I'm on the hunt for a sweet one, because that's the original.
I'm on the hunt for it's early. I think I might have to have I think they advertise a sausage kolache. And look, next exit, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's was advertising kolaches in a couple exits, and I said, well, hot dog, I think that's where we need to kill some time.
Yeah. And I'm sure Buc-ee's won't have anything else we can't live without.
We may be in trouble. So we're fixed up. There's a reason why we don't go into Buc-ee's, is because they have everything, and most of it's stuff you don't need. But we're all squared away with our kolaches.
I've got a sausage jalapeno kolache. She's got some kind of fruit thing. You know,
strawberry cream cheese. And they microwaved our bags, so they're nice and hot. So I'm not gonna keep rambling here. We're gonna dig in
and I know these are good. I thought just in case, I'm gonna grab a couple of these Buc-ee's sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits. Because sometimes it's fun to eat junk food on travel day.
Yeah, there's bad decisions being made today. We made it to KOA in Austin, finally. It is cold, and they apologized. It is a nice campground, though. So we're going to warm up. We're going to finish setting up, and it's time for the puppies to pick out what toys they want. Just trying to do something nice. Cody's over here whining that he doesn't have anything sweet. So I'm mixing them up a little peanut butter and like a little Reese's. It kind of blew up in my face.
Some of it's supposed to come out like
Reese's. Well, we need to finish this off anyway, so it's an excuse.
And how did it end up all over you again?
It blew up in my face. We have a mess over here. I'm gonna need your help.
Cody and Ange here checking in with you from Austin, Texas, and we're still here longer than we expected, and we've done a lot less than we expected.
Yep.
Because we had an ice storm when we left San Antonio. That's why we put our phones on silent. When we left San Antonio earlier this week, we knew there was a potential of some winter weather coming, so we actually kind of scrambled and left early to make sure that we got to Austin before the winter weather hit. I don't even think the Weather Channel expected it to get as bad in Austin, Texas as it has.
It was less about the weather, though, and more about the electricity. We were lucky because a lot of people were out of electricity days before we were, it finally caught up with us. And we knew it was going to come, the way we were seeing the trees over the roads and the power lines, and that was kind of the big factor, was electricity.
Boom, and I've been listening to trees crack off in the distance all day. We just heard a huge boom and our power went out and our battery voltage is ticking down, so I think I'm going to walk around outside and see what's going on out there.
It sounded like it hit somebody's camper. So I was trying to see if we could tell who.
Because it sounded like a pretty big thud.
And I saw a golf cart heading that way, because they're on alert.
These guys have been hustling through this winter storm. They're always out on the golf carts. They were sawing up limbs earlier today where some trees fell. I mean, they're really just staying all the way on top of it.
And someone did have one fall on their camper,
yeah, we did.
they?
Yeah, that big camper up by the laundry house had a limb on top of it. I think I'm going to walk outside and see what's going on, and maybe if anybody needs any help, yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
There will be no exploring today.
I'm a little worried about this guy right here over our roof. It's supposed to keep icing pretty much all day today. Stay below freezing or right at freezing. And this looks bad. If you listen real close, you can kind of hear the trees crackling. And I've personally witnessed big limbs falling just across the road there. I mean, it doesn't look like that big of a limb, but it's right over the slide out, so we're going to go fingers crossed, because there's really nothing I can do about this. Way too icy to get up on the roof and try to move it around or secure it. Anyway, so I'm kind of stuck at this point. Quick reminder on icy nights, go ahead and flip those stairs up if you can. We actually failed to do this last night. So, 3 points of contact. Be very careful in the ice. Since I failed to turn the steps upside down last night, I'm going to go ahead and de-ice these steps real quick. Nothing scientific here. We're just going to pour some hot water on them, get them thawed, hand dry them off with a paper towel, flip them upside down, go back in the house and wait it out. The next problem I have, frozen latches, so I really can't get in there and get to my paper towels just yet, so I'm gonna thaw those out and work on this, but one thing at a time. It's so cold, it's freezing as fast as I can put hot water on it, and Angel already took a pretty bad fall yesterday on these, so better safe than sorry. We'll track some salt in the house and we'll rinse the steps when the temperatures come up. Yeah, we actually got here and we tried to venture out a little bit day one, and the interstates were just way too slick, especially the overpasses. We were doing 7 or 8 miles an hour and barely able to get around. So
Oh, dude, don't do it. Yep. Shoo.
I'm literally
Come flying up behind us and whip into us. Was that the ramp that we came off of before? It was only a matter of time. It's pretty slick.
So we've kind of sheltered in place here in Austin. We had a lot of things kind of on the books that we wanted to do, so we're really disappointed. We did get to go see Joe Rogan down at the Vulcan. After they got the roads cleared the other day, we had about an 8-hour window of time between the roads getting cleared and the next round of freezing rain and sleet coming. So we were able to sneak out just long enough to go down to the Vulcan Gas Company and see Joe Rogan.
That was one thing on a list that was about like this.
Yeah.
Because everywhere else, even now that the roads are good, electricity's still not on.
And that was probably the one that we would have walked to, honestly, because we were so excited to see that show, and it was only like 7 miles from the KOA here in Austin.
I don't know that I would have walked there, but maybe I would have found an alternative solution. Like you dragging me on a sled or something.
But the good news is it really worked out for us timing-wise, because when that show was scheduled, we already had our tickets. They had the roads cleared for several hours. Nothing had been falling. It was really cold, but we were able to get there and back safely. So that's the only thing we've really been able to do here. We were originally scheduled to check out this morning and head down to Houston for a few days because we have a few things planned down there. But the weather was bad enough. It was still very icy. We didn't leave the campground the last 2 days. Mm-hmm. And looking at the forecast, we figured today leaving early would be pushing it a little bit. So we just followed our gut. I made a quick call down to the KOA in Houston and pushed our arrival day out a day. The folks here in Austin were awesome to deal with, and
yes,
no problem. You guys don't move an inch. So that worked out really nice until about 2 o'clock yesterday when the power went out. But they've been so great here at KOA. They've waived their generator policy, so we were able to run our generator and stay warm, keep our batteries up and all that good stuff. They were out checking on people and making sure everybody had water and power and they were staying warm. And man, even during the sleet falling and tree branches falling in the park and everything else, these guys were on it. They were multiple golf carts, chainsaws, knocking on doors, helping people. So
every time we'd hear a tree limb fall, you'd see 3 golf carts coming to check and make sure. And I think some people had some pretty close calls. I know some actually, you could tell, it hit their camper.
We just got like over a half an inch of ice in a really short period of time. So I think they've done just an upstanding job keeping the park going. Kudos to the KOA here in Austin East.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great job. We love hearing from you guys. We'd love to hear where you're from. We can see a little bit on Google Analytics. Like I know we got a couple people watching from the United Kingdom, which is really cool. So hi to you guys if you're out there. We've got a few people watching out of Canada. So hi to our friends up north of us in Canada. I know you guys are cold, so stay warm, stay bundled up. But if you would, drop us a note in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We just want to be more engaged with you guys. We want to hear from you. And we want to continue to grow our following. We've got our new logo. Hopefully you guys are liking it. We've already seen some feedback on that. We're really excited about it. And as the subscriber count grows, we want to do stuff with that logo, which ultimately means stuff for you guys. Let's keep the channel growing. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in Houston, Texas.
See you there.